Welcome to the
I have to
broadcast.
have, so if I want to look at the chat, I literally have to have it covering the whole.
Oh God.
Don't worry. If anybody starts trolling you, I guess we'll say something. Hey, anybody who is a fan of my channel and just saw this, welcome. I gotta give this to my Discord.
Uh-oh.
All right.
The thumbnail just says fashion YouTube videos.
That's right. Let's go, guys. Yeah.
What a strong.
Wait, I see in the chat. There's Amazon Vivian Westwood jewelry.
Yeah, that's the scam.
The Vivian Westwood method.
What people are doing to get over on.
Wait, what?
Tap in.
Yeah,
Tap in.
Vivian Westwood method.
Tap in. It's just some kids who like buy fake Vivian Westwood and sell it as real. It's apparently like popular. There was a kid who let's not even talk about this. Can we not?
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not get into a whole nother reps conversation.
I guess. I'm streaming live. Sorry, guys. That's my mom. I'm joking.
I forgot it was a live stream. I thought it was a Discord chat. So this is awkward. Sorry. Have fun.
I want to kill myself now. I don't know, guys. So we got that going on.
Remember when Christian said he hates spending time with his girlfriend?
I probably did say that. That's funny. I keep dropping my my fidget thing.
I was wondering, is that a fidget spinner? What is that?
No, it's 3 magnets that are circular.
Oh, okay, cool.
Caroline got these for me because I've been in a lot of Zoom meetings.
My brother got this thing that's like bubble wrap, but it's like rubber, and you can infinitely pop it like over and over again. It's so satisfying.
Oh, that's nice. That does sound pretty cool. How does it work? Like, how can you pop something?
It's not like literally popping something. You flip it. It's like those. Remember those little popper things that would you turn it inside out and it pops up. It's sort of that kind of thing. Yeah.
That makes sense. I don't know if anybody else is working remotely, but like a day in my job will be like 5 hours of Zoom calls. It's like a waste of time, and it's. I mean, I believe it for school. You have to like sit through lectures, but like I don't need to sit through a lecture in a work day, you know?
Yeah.
Can I get an amen?
Amen, man. School is like 7:40 to 3.
The ×2 speed on the Zoom meetings?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, speed up, come on. No, I mean,
×2.
Honestly,
how do you even comprehend?
Dude, I watch all of my lectures on ×2 speed. My teacher.
Oh my God, I do like 1.25. That's
it's the southern drawl that slows down the.
Yeah, it's like anyway, as I was saying, and you speed it up, and then they have like a northeast accent. They just talk like this.
Christian, you're being pretty anti-South right now. I don't know.
I know. I guess I am.
The northerner.
Straight up. Look at this.
Yankee.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that bad to say?
Can we get some Yankee hate in the comments?
Is that bad? I don't know. Sometimes I'll say things and then I realize it's bad. And I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Is that a racial slur?
It's not a racial slur. So I just want to make sure.
It is not. I mean, I was going to say there's a baseball team, but baseball teams have a tendency to name themselves after racial slurs. So
that's true.
So who knows?
I saw there's a car parked like on the same block that I live on that has like a celebrate diversity sticker right next to a Washington Redskins sticker.
Oh,
what the fuck is that?
Washington football team, actually.
Washington football team. I mean, could they not come up with a name like off the top of their head?
It's such like a fussy thing to do. Like, oh, you're gonna take this from me? We don't even have a name now.
Yeah, like then nothing.
Yeah, we just don't exist. Probably be better.
Like, they could have come up with a new mascot and like have done like all this marketing and whatever and elevated their brand. But instead they're like, I want to be racist. Okay, I won't be anymore.
Right.
It's like dumb. That's how I feel about it. So you guys want to what's happening in fashion that's like cool?
I don't know. I think I looked at some of the fashion shows from this last season that came out. I guess, you know, what stuck out to me normally usually stuck out to me this time again. I mean, Daniel Lee interview. I don't know what that is. I saw that briefly, but I know that he threw a party with all Bottega during COVID. But there's another interview where I just saw the headline that it said, "Is Daniel Lee problematic?" And I said, "Oh boy."
Oh, because Ellis is what's his face, the author of Less Than Zero and American Psycho, apparently interviewed him. I never knew that he was problematic just reading his novels in high school, but a contemporary what's his face Ellis is like he's like alt-right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We don't like to see that.
Like
there's a lot of alt-right people in the fashion industry, like more than you would guess.
Yeah.
I remember
a lot of people that love Jordan B. Peterson.
Dog, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was in high school, I was like trying to like, you know, as you're always in high school, you're like trying to find yourself. I just remember I like came across this Jordan B. Peterson guy, and I was like, "Whoa, this guy's kind of cool."
Whoa!
And I'm like,
"You've got to clean your room."
Things. And he was like talking about psychoanalysis and Nietzsche and Carl Jung. I was like, "This guy's crazy." And then I like kind of like found out more about it, and I was like, "Okay, this guy might not be cool." And then like that was like when the alt-right was becoming a thing. But like that, like I'm fascinated.
Found out like the premises for literally every single one of his arguments are false.
Yeah, of course. But like the thing is that like
the king of operating.
I lost Michael. I don't hear him.
Oh, there it goes, speeding up.
All right, I'll do my impressions of Jordan B. Peterson now.
Oh, let's go.
You gotta clean your room. You're living in hell. My roommate got into him, I don't know, before all this, and it's like I saw it like slowly happen. She's like, I don't know, this guy's like a genius. And it was just about like philosophy at that point. But then I started to listen to it because she would play it like out loud. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Especially when he started talking about like postmodernists. Then I'm like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about, or he just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure. I think like the whole like, yeah, he's just a fraud. And then he also like tried to like get people to like do this weird dietary thing. But like the alt-right is fascinating
Only eating
because
meat.
of like how it like
carnivore
preys on
diet.
people with like pseudo-intellectualism and stuff.
Pseudo-intellectualism is the key word.
Yeah. Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro for one.
Jordan B. Peterson caters to young teenage boys who can't get laid. Yep.
Yes.
That was me at the time. I was like, damn.
I'm like, these penis.
That was you at the time.
At the time.
At the time, guys.
Life had an awakening, and then all of a sudden I was like, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get it. I get it too. It's like there is a generation of young men, white men, who feel like a society or life doesn't work for them or make sense. And Jordan B. Peterson basically pitches a conservative, humanistic solution where it's all up to you. But the reverse side of that is anybody who has it bad is just a crybaby. And there is no such thing as discrimination or like white privilege or any of that stuff. So it's like there's the self-help element tied to half-baked philosophy and like very little grasp of like philosophy. Like he had a debate with what's his face, Zizek.
I did dream about that man last night. Zizek, yep.
You're dreaming of him. And the debate went like Jordan B. Peterson basically couldn't argue anything because he doesn't have enough concept of the texts that they're referring to.
Dude,
so
I literally watched that like 2 days ago, and it was.
I just watched it.
He's supposed to be like the front running anti-Marxism intellectual, and he bases his whole understanding on the ideology based on the fucking Communist Manifesto, which was literally a pamphlet made so simplified that fucking workers could read it. Like, it's
he bases it off of memes, it seems like.
Yeah. It's like his understanding of Marxism is like what his like fucking McCarthy era parents
yeah, exactly. They're like, if you believe that, you'll go to hell. And he's like, okay, I won't.
Oh God!
I think the greatest irony is that he was a drug addict, and then he checked himself into a Russian rehab where they put him into a coma. When I heard about that, I'm like, he has no integrity now. So
where am I? Do we have any postmodern neo-Marxists here in the comments?
No.
Where are my postmodern neo-Marxists at? Do they exist?
But there are oddly a lot of like alt-right fashion people, and it's kind of creepy. I don't know how that's happened.
What'd you say?
Yeah, it really makes no sense.
The alt-right fashion people.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's a.
I don't know.
It's a consumer hobby, maybe.
I mean, what are alt-right fashion people wearing?
Rick.
Are you? Is that are you serious?
Yeah,
I don't want to. I don't even want to say that out loud. So
when I first got into I remember when I first got onto fashion discords, I was like, they literally dress like everybody else. Like, there's no real difference. You really can't tell. But then all of a sudden, I was on this Discord call at one point with a bunch of other Rick, Raph, whatever. And all of a sudden, they just started talking about the gay agenda, and I was like, what?
The gay agenda? Do you know what your hobby is?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I was like, that's the irony of it too. I was just like, wait a minute.
Brother, you're a victim of it.
Brother.
Exactly.
I also want to say that I don't hate the South, Michael. I just want to make a statement that West Virginia is a beautiful place, wild and wonderful, rich with culture and history.
Tomorrow we're gonna see Christian sitting on the floor in front of his light art, making an apology video, being like,
no makeup. And I'm like,
tears in your eyes.
Pour some water.
I'm like, it's so hard being me. You know?
You guys don't get it.
You don't get it.
No, the people of the South have their charms. They definitely have their issues, but we're all a product
like everyone else.
So,
like everybody else.
I don't think that's a good excuse for shitty actions, but a lot of people hate everyone in the South just because I don't know. We tend to have more conservative people, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's beautiful. When you're raised in
a conservative environment, I don't know. I mean, I was probably a conservative up until just because, you're by default, you're kind of what your parents were. Politically, up until
Tabula rasa.
The internet, and realized that it's all a bunch of fear mongering bullshit. So I don't know. It sucks. It's like a lot of these people didn't choose to be conservatives. They just grew up. They were born conservatives, basically.
Yeah. Never really shown that there's something else.
When you're surrounded by that, it's really hard to get out of it.
Oh, I could imagine, yeah. I'd say it's about 60-40 here, 60% conservative, 40% anything else, but it's wild still. I bet, yeah. Is Minnesota a conservative place?
It's about the same as the Midwest, Chicago, where it's pretty 50-50.
It's rather 50-50 there, at least based on my 6 months.
Where?
Minneapolis.
75-25 here.
Wait, Jackson, where are you?
Chicago suburbs.
Chi-Town. Cool.
A lot of the kids say they're from Chicago, but this is not Chicago.
Yeah, I went to Chicago for the first time during the pandemic on my way to Minneapolis.
What'd you think?
I mean, I think it's the only city I've ever been to that, like aesthetically or vibe wise, reminds me of New York,
Right.
which makes sense because they're the two first skyscraper cities, basically. But I thought it was really cool. I would have spent more time there, but it was the pandemic, so I didn't do much.
Yeah, especially in Chicago, there was literally nothing you could do. But
yeah,
if anybody's back this summer, let me know.
Straight up.
Somebody said
guys-
I'm from Oak
You guys vaccinated yet?
Yeah, I got
Tomorrow.
that. I got that Johnson & Johnson pack, dog. No, Pfizer.
Okay.
Bro, I've
getting
never
Moderna
been
tomorrow.
more into Amazon.
Congrats.
Ordered 15 things.
Michael?
I get my second shot on Wednesday.
Let's go.
Pfizer. You know, it's Pfizer's more of like a body high, and
Okay, yeah, but like Moderna's more like a head high. Johnson & Johnson's like a hybrid, and like you take what's its face, AZ, if you're like working and you want to be creative. I have not been vaccinated. Everybody I know is vaccinated. Both of my siblings, my parents, like my dog.
Recently, it became a lot more easy in the past like week. So
it does seem like it's getting easier. I'm signed up. I rescheduled actually for this weekend. So let's see what happens.
Oh yeah,
that's what's up.
Because I was gonna get my vaccine this week at Walmart. That's all I'm gonna say. And they canceled it, but they canceled it because it was Johnson & Johnson, and the government was like, "Oh, I'm scared." So Walmart was like, I mean, you know, controversial opinion. I'll take a 1 in a million chance to have a blood clot.
You've got a higher chance of dying from COVID than you do from getting.
You'll die from
like
COVID.
Much higher.
Yeah. Like significantly. That's a. But I understand why they did it. It's like you can't do that. You know, in the 50s when they were administering the polio vaccine, there was like, I guess, a bad batch, and like something like 50 to 100 kids got polio. Some of them died. Some of them were paralyzed for life because of the vaccine.
That's why FDR was paralyzed.
Is that true?
Yeah, no, that's a huge issue. But at the same time, this COVID vaccine doesn't contain any COVID in it. It just has like the protein structures that your body needs to analyze.
It's something they never.
I guess.
It's like it's a new thing.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not a scientist. No, totally. People should get it. Hey, live stream, all 70 of you. You should be vaccinated as soon as you can, because if you don't get vaccinated, that means you're dumb.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to concerts.
I want to go to the bar. Yeah, I want to go to the bar.
Yeah, straight up. I would love to go to a show. I would love to go to a bar.
Oh my God, I miss concerts.
I still got Echo 2K. I still got the tickets.
Dude, I saw like Rage Against the Machine, a bunch of different shows, like 7 different shows I was supposed to go to like in spring of last year. Nothing really, except for Rage Against the Machine is September 2022 now.
Where?
United Center. Floor tickets. Let's go.
I had
floor tickets?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be in the mosh pit.
Yes,
Take some of that.
Dog, that's me 100%. I used to be in like the mosh pit of like house shows. I just like straight up, you just gotta be aggressive. You gotta let the energy out. You gotta do it in a positive, affirming way.
Positive and affirming.
Rams is blasting. You know?
I mean, like I've been to, not to brag, I've been to some underground punk shows, you know.
Yes.
But I've never. I mean, like, even in the most like grungy shows I've ever been to, I've never been in a mosh pit that was like people were malicious. So it's always been fun.
There's a festival in Chicago. Oh, go ahead.
The most malicious mosh pit I've actually ever been in, I've been to like a lot of shows, was a Ski Mask the Slump God concert.
Oh my God.
Literally,
that's
like,
funny.
It was like, I was like, holy shit, these kids are like beating each other up. Like, there were people crying because people were going like that insane. And I was like, I don't know if I can be here much longer.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to leave.
I'm upset. I had tickets for Eve to More with Echo 2K opening for in
Same.
Chicago. Like
Oh, in
April of
Chicago?
last
I would have
year,
seen you
and
there.
that shit got canceled.
I had the same
Yeah.
tickets for the exact same tour. Also, bro, Eve's to More is
Oh, did
so freaking good. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Totally. I agree.
Eve's to More,
Yeah, I
insane.
want to see them.
It's weird. He's like, he makes that sound consumable, which is cool. Like
Yeah.
people who like aren't even like wouldn't be into that kind of music regularly. They've told me they like his music, which is really cool. But
It's that kind of genius thing where you take something more abstract and make it consumable to the masses.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
this very beautiful little relationship.
Like,
But also-
let me say it, Rick Owens. Right?
Eve's to More is the Rick Owens of music.
Could be.
Oh my god. So true.
What's popping?
Are you all big festival guys?
I've never been to a festival.
I've been to
I've got one.
Lollapalooza, and Lollapalooza is. I've never been to any other festival like that, but it's probably one of the worst because of the crowds. Any guy you see in a basketball jersey, stay away. Just walk all the way on the other side.
No matter what event you're at, if you see a guy in a basketball jersey, you gotta run away. Especially if it's a white guy in a basketball jersey, you run.
And then I've been to Riot Fest a few times too, which is a rock festival in Chicago. They have a lot of great bands there.
Oh, you know what? Day just mentioned it, and I have been to Warped Tour. So that's one festival. It was in high school. You know how it is. I've been to a couple. I've never been to Coachella though.
Who'd you see at Warped Tour?
Been to Bonnaroo.
I don't
Bonnaroo was
remember.
really fun.
Bonnaroo sounds cool.
Yeah, but like everybody there is so nice, and they're also on drugs.
Yeah. Don't you camp?
Yeah, I camped.
Camp?
That sounds so sick.
That sounds
Yeah,
fun.
no, it was awesome. I think we're gonna camp again this year for like a week.
Nice.
Have tickets so early, so yeah, I don't know.
Festivals are coming back in Miami though.
Miami?
It's Florida. Come on, it's Florida.
Yeah. They're like,
festivals might as well already be there right now.
there's no virus.
Looking at the lineup for Rolling Loud, I was like, they got everybody because everybody wants to perform so badly.
Rolling Loud always has everybody, I feel like.
Did y'all see All Gas No Brakes new video?
Yes.
Oh no.
Dude, people are so weird. Oh my god.
I haven't seen it.
I love All Gas No Brakes.
I wouldn't recommend watching it to anybody. I don't like it.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, but it's kind of like
It is.
Fuck. It's like
He's one of
Definitely.
my biggest inspirations in life is him.
I believe it. I think I asked you that when you were on my channel, dude.
Oh yeah,
You had one video.
Yeah. We talked about that. Oh man. Yeah.
Straight up. Hold on.
Literally, all he has to say is, "How do you feel?" And there you go. That's your content. They embarrass themselves.
Yeah, really. I mean, yeah, that's you know what that is? That's real journalism right there.
Yeah, for real.
Straight up. It's called shoe leather journalism. That's what they call it. He's just getting out there and seeing what the people say and what they feel. Hey, I'm gonna go grab a drink. Can I get you guys anything?
Yeah, what do you got?
Ice matcha latte, please.
Okay, ice matcha latte.
Light ice.
Hey, anybody in the comments, what do you want?
We getting coffee or it's 8 p.m. It's
I'm going to drink a second beer. I'm sorry, guys.
Second beer. All right.
I'm tired. I had a long day in the office. I'll be right back. I mean that.
This is only the second one we've seen. Could be more.
That's true. That's true. Hold on.
Somebody said they want one too.
All right, I'll be right.
Four Locos. Let's go. Somebody knows my brand.
Oh yeah, I've heard Karsten's opinions on Four Locos.
I think they're the best thing in the world.
Jeez.
A lot of people hate them, but I truly believe that like it's like the nectar of the gods to me. because it gets you the perfect amount of how you need to be from that drink. You know what I mean? And I've never had a negative reaction to one. I think a lot of people have. I think it's like a genetic thing, honestly. But
genetic predisposition to
yeah,
locos.
It's kind of like cilantro. Some people like think it tastes soapy because of a genetic predisposition, but I think Four Locos are truly the greatest drink on the planet Earth. So
I don't think I've ever had a good night on Four Loco.
I've never had any night at all.
Reaction to it, Michael.
And I've had a lot of nights on Four Locos. I'm gonna be honest. I was very.
There's lots of orders in the chat.
I don't know. I think I've always had a great time whenever I have a Four Loko, so I don't really know what's wrong.
You want a Four Loko?
Yeah. Do you have
Dude,
one?
you have lots of
Let's
orders.
go.
He's got one in the bar.
Yeah. No, malt liquor is gross.
They don't serve those at bars.
Dog, if they serve those at bars, I'd be going to the bar every day.
Oh, yeah.
I have nothing to incriminate Dave.
I don't know.
Jackson's never drank before.
Nope.
That's cool.
Karsten, are you 21 yet?
My ID says I'm 21, yes.
Nice.
Yes, officer.
Yes, officer. How old are you? Old enough to party.
I'm on my exactly.
So, yeah.
Anyway, do we want to talk about these any of these questions that?
So you guys ever do DMT? I did once. It didn't work.
You got sold fucking oregano.
What's the name of that director who directed the Thin Blue Line? Errolson something?
Aeroplane Under the Sea?
Aeroplane Under the Sea. It was his son's house, apartment. And he's like, I made this myself. Listen, that story's silly enough where you guys, it could be true or fake. It doesn't matter. So.
I'll choose to take your word for it.
Somebody said, oh my God, it's the Beatles.
Oh my God, it's the Beatles. On the Beatles.
As long as I'm not John Lennon, I'm fine with that.
I'll be John
You're
Lennon.
the best bet for that, I feel like, based on the look.
Yeah.
All you need is some glasses.
I mean, I'd be well, I'll be George. I'll be Paul. I just don't want to be Ringo.
I'll be Ringo. I'll take Ringo over John Lennon any day.
Okay. Ringo's still alive, and he looks great for like 80.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Frankly.
Still touring.
Gotta give him that.
This is definitely not a fashion YouTube video.
Who said that?
The thumbnail is deceiving.
I could talk more about fashion.
Michael
What's
has
on
some
my rack?
questions.
No, I honestly don't care. I was just joking.
I got this
We can
new
talk
comb.
about fashion. Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. What season?
I don't know. I think it's from 2004. It's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna keep it. It's got like the bizarre text. You can't really see it when I'm wearing it. But
Is it black? The black
yeah, it's
one?
comme des caissons black.
Okay.
So that's a new piece. I need to sell this Acme Studio suit. If anybody's interested, I need to sell this.
You've been trying to sell that for a while, right?
I know. I have. I mean, I gotta get rid of it before I go back to New York.
When's that move coming?
Probably by July.
Damn.
And actually, around that time, I'm going camping with friends, so that will be fun.
Oh yeah.
We love some good camping.
Upstate, you know.
Michael, what was the questions you wanted
I've
us
never
to
gone
take a look
camping.
at?
I want to.
I was gonna ask if we wanted to like answer any of the questions that people ask me on my Instagram.
The gram, yeah,
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, but apparently you can only like access responses to stickers on your phone. And I'm looking at this.
Oh,
That's an
no.
Yeah, Instagram on the computer is pretty whack.
Yeah, I I don't know. If anybody that asks any questions in that is in here, feel free to ask them again. And also, just if you have any questions, like in general.
I'll answer Jay's question. Sorry, where am I moving back to? New York, New York. Ever heard of it?
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
Made of. There's nothing you can do. That's how it feels living in New York.
We live in a society.
There's nothing you can do because it's an oppressive city.
Never been.
It's nice.
Not Manhattan.
I'll be in Manhattan.
Let's talk about the. I don't know. A lot of people think that like you have to fucking move to a big city.
You don't have to, especially now.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I kind of like living in Louisville, like a smaller city, more than I feel like I would living in a place where I'd have to like spend 30 to 40 minutes like on a drive to and from work every day, like in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
I don't want to move to LA. LA scares me. I'd rather move to New York.
Agreed. Yeah, I used to want to like. I'd say in like freshman year, like moving to LA was my dream, just because. But I wanted to go into film, so like that was just the most logical thing to me. But I went there a couple times, and my mind was changed.
I've only been there once.
LA fashion scene hits different.
It hits different. Let me tell you.
I think I would be much more eager to live there if they had like a good subway system.
Oh yeah,
but the whole like sitting in a car for like 4 hours of your day thing is not.
It doesn't seem like fun, but at the same time, sitting on the subway for 2 hours of the day is tough because you're not sitting.
I believe it. But then again,
I mean,
New York subway system, like compared to like Japan's or something, what I hear is like way different.
I mean, I hear Japan's trains are always on time, and I'll tell you what, unless you're jumping on the L train, and the L isn't even on time, there's just a lot of them. Every train is late. It's like, will it show up? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to knock it. New York has like one of the most complex subway systems in the world, and it only stopped running 24 hours during COVID. The rest of its history, it has always run for 24 hours. I don't know. It's City Guide. New York is dope because I don't know. There's just so much I want to do again. There's so many restaurants I want to eat at again. There's so many people I want to see again. There's so many bars. There's so many venues. Living there, you have the opportunity to find yourself on an adventure any night of the week. So,
yeah, it used to be that way in Seattle. It's kind of like I'm in an apartment and it costs a lot of money to get DoorDash right now.
Yeah, I bet
it's exciting. But I miss that too.
I kind of want to experience like living in a big city for like at least a couple of years. Just to like, because I've lived in Kentucky my whole life, and that's kind of like the antithesis of that. So I don't think it's very fair to make the judgments that I've made off probably like two or three visits to Los Angeles. So I don't know.
I mean, also the vibe from New York to Los Angeles is completely different. Like it's.
I feel like they're like opposites. They're like film, and one is like the negative. You know.
Yeah.
I like New York a lot.
I mean, I love it and I hate it, but that's just how it is there. I don't know. I could live in LA maybe one day, like when I'm rich, and I've got a pool, you know.
Christian, what are some tips for somebody moving to New York?
Oh, this is good.
Okay. Don't talk to anybody. If somebody tries to talk to you on the street, you never talk to them. Don't look at people. Like just be angry walking down the street and people will leave you alone. When you're in Union Square, there's going to be a lot of homeless people trying to touch you, trying to like take things from you. No, I don't know. You're going to FIT, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's like Midtown-ish.
Yeah.
This was what I'll say about FIT. I think the campus, I think they have really great buildings. I know a lot of talented people who have gone to FIT, which really matters because I know a lot of people who went to Parsons, and sometimes it's like a mixed bag. Some of them are idiots, but FIT, everybody's always been, I don't know, they seem talented.
Everyone from Parsons also has an ego because they paid more for school.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot more. Yeah. They're richer to start off with most of the time. So.
But I think that, in all fairness, the area that FIT's in, which is kind of near the Garment District, is the worst part of Manhattan. It's just
sick.
It's not. It won't matter. It won't matter really. When you're going there, when you're in college, it's not going to matter that your campus is right there. I don't think, because it's just like the area is very ugly and commercial, but you are close to. Do you know what street it's on?
It's on 27th.
28th? I was going to say 28th.
Close.
I'm close. I still got it. You're really...
It's on the corner of 7th and 27th.
You could go, you could probably walk to the High Line, easy, and that's a really nice walk. You could go into Chelsea. You're so close to downtown that you could just go there anytime. I don't know what other than advice I would say. Are you living in a dorm?
Yeah.
Okay, live in a dorm. Probably live in a dorm for the first year.
Yeah.
When you're looking for an apartment, if you start looking, you're gonna want to look in Brooklyn because that's just the thing. I think that people like Gen Z people are gonna start to try to live in Bed-Stuy because it's affordable. And at least when I left, there's a lot of cool restaurants and cool bars, but it's like, just hasn't been gentrified yet. So that's where people are going to try to get apartments. So that's probably where you can find an apartment.
Cool.
So it will be gentrified.
Appreciate it.
So it will be very quickly. No,
everywhere will be, honestly.
No. I don't know.
Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
No, I'll do what I can.
Yeah, I've been there for 2 days, and I kind of just decided that I wanted to live there.
Straight up. It's a cool place. It's expensive and brutal and mean. Stinky.
Do it stank?
It do smell. It do smell bad.
Yeah. In the summer,
I will not forget. I was like, why does it smell like shit all the time?
I remember, maybe twice I've been in a bar outside, and that's where you'll meet these interesting people. And there was an Australian woman, and I remember her going on and on about how in New York City, they just have trash on the street, just like in the movies. And it's when I realized, that's a weird thing to do. Because in New York on trash day, they just throw the garbage onto the sidewalk in huge piles.
Because there's no alleys. Yeah.
There's no alleys. So it's just garbage on the street. It's crazy.
It's amazing. We got garbage on the street.
Let's go. Smells. Okay, best fashion spots in New York. I don't know. Everything is closed. I did hear that Emily Bodie opened up a cafe, so I'm gonna be checking that out. Get some artisanal coffee.
Oh yeah, quilted
the
coffee.
Rick M&Ms.
Get the Rick. I'll go in Soho, grab a handful, put a pocket of Rick M&Ms, walk down to. I think she's in the East Village, so I've never been to her store.
All right.
Straight up, yeah.
All right. So I think someone asked, how much have you all reduced or he was asking me, I guess, how much have you reduced your wardrobe in the last year? Have you all done any of that?
Yeah.
It's been very much of an exchange of items. I think right now my wardrobe's probably bigger than it's ever been, but that's just kind of, but also it's there was a point where it is the biggest, but now in the past 3 months, I've sold maybe 25% of it, just because it's trying to experiment, find what I like, and I've been looking. I've just been getting great at those Yahoo Japan auctions. And
Oh yeah.
the thing is that even if you get the sizing right, it's sometimes things don't work the way you thought they would. Sometimes they don't fit. And you don't have to hold on to it. You can give it to a new home, to a new person. So.
You know who I think is like the secret like god of Yahoo auctions?
Who?
Geez, I can't remember people's names. Your Fashion Archive, the guy behind that.
Oh
yeah.
no, Oliver.
No. Yeah. Just because like all of his content is coming from magazines that he's buying, and he just has like huge piles so he's finding content that doesn't exist for Westerners essentially, and he's buying it all in Yahoo Japan.
Isn't he translating stuff too?
Yeah,
he might be.
Both Oliver and Etienne, which both of their accounts. One is My Clothing Archive, the other is Your Clothing Archive.
Yeah.
Okay.
No association whatsoever, but they both do the same thing. Yeah, so it's crazy. Because you interviewed Oliver, Your Clothing Archive, and then My Clothing Archive has helped me a lot with videos, and he does the exact same thing. So.
I think it's a pretty cool hustle.
To answer the question, I don't know. I've never really had a huge wardrobe. Just I don't have the money or want to spend the money to have a huge wardrobe, so it's pretty much stayed the same. I've sold a few things and bought a few things, but nothing like hugely reduced or grown.
When I was in high school, I probably had like 1,000 fucking t-shirts. Like, not 1,000, but I had a shitload. Like, so that's admirable, Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It was like wall to wall, literally just like fucking like shit from like basketball camps. Fucking. Like,
well, yeah, that's different, I guess.
Yeah.
That's different. I had stuff like that too. You played basketball? Yeah.
Oops.
You should do a fashion YouTuber pickup game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't played since like.
I'll lose.
I will also lose with you, Christian. Also, how did you get the Jacob jacket, Jackson?
Oh, he literally just DM'd me and was like, "Hey, can I send you a jacket?" I was like really shocked.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
Which Jacob?
Jacob Wallace.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, dude, he's literally like one of the first people who got me into like fashion YouTube. He was like one of the first people I saw, so that was really cool. Like, I don't usually.
Yeah.
I felt a bit starstruck by that.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
That is cool.
But yeah, it's a really here. I'll show you in a sec.
Let's see.
Pretty cool. It gives me like BBS vibes, but
yeah,
I like the garment dyed.
Yeah, it does. It looks a lot like that.
The backpack pocket, though.
That's cool. I love that.
Yeah,
BBS vibes. That's cool.
It's cool.
It's like wax cotton.
It's not wax. It's heavier than I thought it would be. It's more of just like it's like a garment dye. I don't know what color it started off at.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty sick, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is.
I said watching the bottom two guys try to be social is very strange. Jesus Christ.
Listen.
Wait, what's up?
You are an hour and a half late. This earlier was on my channel, and now I'm like really fucking tired, like out of nowhere.
Me too.
I apologize.
No, I gotta be honest with you guys. I've been burning the candle at both ends with this new job working for an artisanal, very small company where we make really nice clothing that's very artistic.
CCP.
And yeah, exactly. That's where my new job is. I have legit been like sleeping 4 or 5 hours and working like 11 hours. I mean, I just started and I'm like overdoing it, I guess. But I was like worried I wouldn't be able to do this tonight, but I kind of have
I think
you ever have like that second wind? What was that?
I was just asking what the original comment was. I couldn't see the chat. What did Michael say?
They said we're strange to watch, Jackson.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
No. I mean, like, if it puts anything in perspective, I'm like obnoxious. I need to have attention. I'm desperate. That's why I got into clothing. But so if it's you guys are the normal, or not even, you're unique, and me, I'm common garbage.
I love you
Not
all
garbage.
equally as friends.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't.
Pretty sick, right?
I can't speak half the time. Like
Okay, so do we want to talk
in the
about
beginning of this stream, I said like 2 things, and I don't know. I
What did you
lose
want? Yeah, we're just chilling. We don't need to have like an agenda. But
Yeah, right.
it doesn't.
Do we want to?
Doesn't
I've got
matter.
an agenda.
Earth Day shit. Because I
Yeah.
know some I got on my Instagram thing were like a lot of stuff about like sustainability. I think someone said something. It was about corporate and personal sustainability, like talk about corporate and consumer sustainability or something like that, and the difference between the two, which I think we talked about a little bit earlier about like your own like buying power and also like corporate responsibility for the shit that they do. So I don't know. We can get back into that if you all want, or
I just saw a friend of mine was in the comments. I don't know if he's still here. Chris, are you still here? Are you still alive?
Calls out from the other room. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, it's Caroline. I haven't seen him in years. I used to know him back in the war, back in New York City.
Back in Nam.
The grimy streets. We used to work together in a basement for hours on end.
Making DMT.
Making DMT. Half of that story is true. It's up to you guys to decide what. No, I'm really sorry, Michael. I was just getting excited.
No, you're good, dude.
Planet Earth is.
Oh, is that Caroline?
No, it's not Caroline. It's a guy.
Okay.
It's a guy I once knew.
Planet Earth.
Planet Earth. Yeah. No, the person I was referring to in the chat. Anyway, let's talk about the Earth. Let's talk about the Earth. It's cool, I guess. Electric cars are becoming more popular, but
no, that is a very broad issue to bring up. So I don't know, something to focus on.
Okay.
Have y'all seen any really bad examples of greenwashing lately, or something along those lines?
Sure. I assume anytime I see a company saying something about their sustainability, it's BS. It's marketing.
Yeah. Did you guys see that Adidas thing that they're coming out with an Ultra Boost shoe where you can, once you wear it into the ground, you can scan it and they give you something where you can ship it back to them and they'll recycle it. I don't know how I feel about that.
So I have to ship garbage to Adidas for them to recycle it. Great.
Pretty much.
Who's going to do that?
It's a novel idea. I looking at the logistics of it would be a whole nother thing, but.
Right. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that at all.
Yeah, there seems to be some logistical issues with that probably makes it a net negative at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah, the logistics.
Something
yes.
interesting that I have, you mentioned Adidas. Something interesting that they've been developing for probably the past 5 or 6 years maybe. But have you all? It's called their Futurecraft shoes, where it's
the 3D printed thing.
Futurecraft. Yeah, where it's 3D printed. And I remember back in the day when it first launched, they were priced at $400 or some fucking ridiculous like that. Just because I guess 3D printing takes a long time, but they released them again recently, and the price was down to $220. And I actually heard that their goal is to get the price down to $25 a shoe.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
economy of scale.
I don't know. It's interesting because if you think about it, if you just got a printer working and you don't have to have the labor of people putting the shoe together. I don't know how you're not really wasting any resources, I guess, either.
No, it's a very efficient. I mean, like if we can print things, that's a very efficient process, and it's an interesting. It's novel to think that like Adidas released it. It was 400 a few years ago. The technology is advancing now. It's 200. I mean, the hope is that the future will be like in a post limited resources society, just like Star Trek, and everything is generated through energy. So, like everything's printed.
Meat, like the
yeah,
like lab grown meat.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Gonna be the future.
Right.
Just like Star Trek.
Yeah, they're gonna be 3D printing fucking veggie burgers. Or they already are.
Man, for real. They have lab grown meat, and I'm like, I don't know. How do you guys as vegans feel about lab grown meat? Would you partake in that?
Yeah,
I would. I think I would have to like know a little bit more about it before I could say.
Yeah.
I guess. But,
why?
It's like stem cells, sort of. You know, like stem cell research.
Yeah,
but they're doing
it's
it
just
with meat.
babies. It's baby like fetuses. Is there an issue with that?
I don't know.
I mean, like, but like, let me just
if you're
propose
like
something.
anti-abortion, I guess.
Let me propose. Let's say it is Star Trek times, and I just generated meat. Like I generated a nice T-bone steak through the. I forget what they call the machine in the show. Would you have any qualms eating that?
So, I think there's. I feel like the basis for veganism is not so much like eating animals. Eating animals is bad inherently, but it's more so like, is the suffering caused these animals necessary for humans to survive off of them?
Right.
So
The answer's no.
you know, if that suffering is gone from the equation, I guess, you know, veganism wouldn't really have a issue with it. So I don't know. I guess so.
Yeah, and
I mean,
that's the goal of those companies.
Yeah, and
So it's.
I would probably eat like hunted deer meat or something like that. My main issue is more so with like factory farming. I just don't fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
I don't.
And
think,
commercial
like,
fishing.
obviously,
For me too.
like.
Yeah, commercial fishing too.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That's where most of the plastic in the ocean comes from.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Did you watch
Ew.
Seaspiracy, Christian?
No, but do they talk about that?
Yeah, a lot. Like it was like 43% of. I don't know. I felt a little bit iffy about some of that stuff, but like 43% of the plastic in the ocean is like fishing nets.
Yeah, that is true. And I mean, if you think about all the talk about Avery and H&M.
Oh,
Yeah, they really.
I don't know.
There we go. That appeared for me organically.
So
Is nobody going to say anything?
So obviously, like the knee-jerk reaction is to be like, oh, what the fuck is he doing? Like, he's such a hypocrite. Like,
oh my god,
whatever. But I don't know. I've tried to kind of like think about it a little bit more, and try to understand like how you would say yes to that proposal. And
I know
like,
how.
honestly,
they wrote a number on a piece of paper and slid it over.
So if I don't know, like maybe the thought process goes something like, you know, my followers aren't going to buy any of this product, so how much damage am I doing by doing this ad campaign? And possibly taking that money and putting it into his other business. So I mean, maybe he came to the conclusion that, you know, there's a net positive from him doing that. But at the end of the day, like, it kind of sucks because like having that attached to your image from now on kind of like sticks with you. It kind of like tarnishes your reputation a little bit. So I don't know. Maybe if I was in the situation, I don't know. I probably not.
Agreed.
I would just have to guess that it was probably like a lot.
I would love to hear what Karsten wants to say. I would love to hear what all of you want to say, and I'll provide some feedback.
So I don't know him personally, so I can't speak for him. But looking at the whole thing in context, obviously you kind of look at it and at face value, you're like, this is the most hypocritical, weird thing. Like, how on earth did he agree to this? And so, you know, when you look at that campaign, like the main thing is there was this conversation between him and this other person at H&M about sustainability. So my guess is that he went into that and said, oh boy, I get to have this conversation. Maybe I can speak kind of in a more confrontational manner.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. And then if you watch that video, it's pretty edited. It was obviously a much longer conversation.
Oh, I haven't even seen the video.
Yeah, so my guess is he went into it and
I
was
didn't
like,
notice
I'm going to do
that.
this partnership.
Were there cuts in it? I didn't notice.
Oh yeah, there were for sure a lot of cuts. And I've been cut myself, so I'm much more attuned to these things at this point when you have something like that. My guess is that he went into that partnership, thought, okay, I get to have this great conversation, this platform, and then they kind of twisted it a little bit. So if, you know, for me, I don't think it was he probably saw a check and I get to spread my message. And then the company, of course, said, oh, you know, he says this and that. Let's maybe cut it down, trim it a little bit. And so my guess personally is that he kind of got into that situation, thought it would be positive, was probably making a trade-off just doing it in the first place, which maybe he shouldn't have then. But then he kind of probably reasoned it out with, I get to have this conversation and spread my message. And then the company do what companies do is they take your words, they twist it, they cut it up, and they promote what they wanted to say. And that is what I'm guessing.
I have no doubt that he was disappointed by the outcome of that situation.
Yeah.
Didn't he also just like put up Instagram posts too? So like separately promoting it?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and I'm guessing that was part of the contract.
I'm sure he
signed.
did. Yeah.
What happened was probably written into the contract. It said, you're going to post these things for us, and you get to have this conversation. And it didn't say in the contract that the whole thing was if the whole thing was gonna be there, what would get cut. And he probably got screwed. That's my guess.
I'll give my 2 cents if I can. I mean, like, let's put it this. Let's imagine it this way, because I already said the same thing about Fernando, and I imagine the same thing is like for Avery. You know, I've been to Max is in the comments. He's brought me to a couple, but I've been to a few of his pop-ups. And one of the things I asked him at the time was like, "Is this making money? Are you guys? Is this good?" And you know, he didn't really answer directly, but I always think about that. Like Stat Spallett and like his new company, these things aren't easy to run. I can't imagine they're swimming in money. I assume it's very hard. And imagine you're Avery, and your career basically extensively has been being an entrepreneur, which is a crapshoot in terms of luck. You know, you could be lucky or you could have nothing, and being an influencer. And, you know, I've never worked for a huge conglomerate, but like, that's a joke. But influencers, they'll write, they might have written, you know what? I worked for another company that did do something with Avery in the past. But like, he could have gotten a $50,000 check or something for like 4 hours of his time, maybe. And at the end of the day, that is a year's salary. I don't know. I would do that and rather live on and continue doing his brand. I think that people, I hate to be like not idealist, but I think people are too attached to idealism, and that they think that Avery is somehow above being human. It's like he has like needs. He needs to feed his mouth, and he needs to. It's probably irresponsible for him to let his company collapse. If he's hiring people, if people depend on him, if he has an opportunity to make a boatload of money because H&M is going to give him money for. I thought he was just posing in pictures. I don't know. I guess I get it. People think it's hypocritical, but I think those people are going to become more jaded and realize that it's very tough in life. And at the end of the day, sometimes it's about making more good decisions than bad ones. And if a big dumb company is going to give you probably tens of thousands of dollars for like a day's worth of work, you're like a bozo for not doing it sometimes. I don't know.
I 100% agree with you. And I think that's probably another part of the equation. The one thing I will say was it doesn't seem like a great marketing move. That's the issue with it.
It does
And
not.
It might pay the bills, but all of a sudden people saw that, and I guarantee you there are a lot of probably diehard groundhog fans. Ground cover fans who saw that and who said, okay, now this person doesn't align with my beliefs. I don't know if I'm going to support them anymore.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people have that, and that's another problem. Like, if I were to make a brand, I wouldn't market it possibly in the way that Avery did, where it became very much,
he's very ethical and pure.
And it's like I would want to be ethical and pure, but I don't know if I would market that, because it's not always the best thing to market.
It's tough.
But you do. Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's always been Avery's brand, essentially. Mm-hmm. He's a golden child. And I mean, if you ever meet him in real life, not only is he tall and handsome, but he's just nice. And that's the part that really pisses me off. Okay. But like he I don't know. It was definitely shocking. I think I did a real life spit take. Like, I was drinking, scrolling through Instagram, and I go, because
I had to pinch myself. I didn't think it was real at first. I didn't think I got the right guy.
But I am almost certain they probably cut him a fat check.
For sure.
So.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Avery, if you're in the comments right now, dude, I'll send you the link. It's about time we talked. I've got
Keezy said $50K is shit money for tarnishing your personal brand.
Maybe.
It's recoverable, though, at $50K. If you got $50K.
I don't know. That's a year's salary.
Well, there's also the variable that, people fucking forget everything within, like, 3 weeks. So
it depends on what the issue is. With, like, this, they might forget.
Maybe they might not.
Do we think that anybody's going to remember this a year from now?
I will.
But people remember.
Yeah.
People remember.
I think that if it was like, if Avery, I mean, honestly, here's the brass tacks. I think if Avery was like a macro influencer, like if he had like 1 million followers, it wouldn't matter. It would be like water under the bridge. Yeah. But because his audience and this whole thing is so niche, maybe it's harder and different. Because I think people in this niche, I mean, we talk about Avery like he's a god. He hasn't released a YouTube video in like 2 years or something. He's basically.
And you released one 2 weeks ago, so
exactly.
I released one 2 weeks ago, and I'm already dead, basically. I don't know. I wish he would make. I wish he would make videos. I do. I think that would be really cool to see that again.
Yeah.
There was something.
Someone in the comments said, I think the fact that most people are sitting here still generally defending him despite everything means it worked out in his favor. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, damn yeah.
He inspired all of us.
Maybe it was all just a marketing ploy to create conversation around his brand. Yeah,
and
controversy.
Earth Day. It's kind of like Bob Dylan playing the electric guitar.
Oh no.
There we go.
I don't know. I mean, what would be? Can we imagine not a parallel, an equivalent, like somebody else that the YouTube fashion community admires, doing something equally as polarizing? Let's say, who else could do something like that? This is a kind of like a talking discussion.
I really don't know.
I don't know.
Because he was so, he's well known for pushing sustainability. Like that, there's no one else you can really point to who's like who even brought like ethics into fashion as much as him. Maybe Michael. Michael would be like the only other person I can think of. But
right
Michael,
there, baby.
Yeah,
hopefully you'll be there.
Like built upon from watching his videos back when I was like first developing these opinions. So Steve is definitely like I don't know, like very influential for sure for a lot of people.
Agreed.
Yeah.
For a lot of people. I don't know. I think that maybe, his brand is so kind of singular in that mode, and H&M just is kind of it's the first name in fast fashion, and it's like people associate fast fashion with terrible waste.
Pretty much
I don't know.
everything that like is gone up.
I think it comes down to like the man in the arena again. It's like hey Dickweed in the comments. I would like to see you in that Swedish office room at H&M Studios, and when they slide you that fat check, and they're like, all you have to do is like it's like 3 pictures, it's like 5 minutes of video. That check could probably make your next move that will influence people to start buying, coconut clothing and
or just
pineapple boots, or buy a house in like probably in like the Philippines or like Thailand or any Southeast Asia. You could definitely buy a house with that money.
You could get a good house with that as a deposit.
More than a down payment in Kentucky.
A down payment, sure, but then the bank owns the house.
Yeah.
I'm talking about moving to Southeast Asia, living on a beach, and not taking shit from anyone. You know that West Virginia actually has the cheapest real estate in America. So
I could see that for sure. I don't know.
Now I think that was offensive, Michael. That was offensive to my state. You should respect my people. Yeah, I'm not.
Southern, no. Let's see.
I don't know. I mean, I gotta be honest with you guys. I am so exhausted that I have to leave.
Me too. Yeah.
At some point tonight. I wish it was a different night. Like, I know I'm being so animated or whatever, but that's just my performance spirit. But if I don't like sleep like a regular sleep schedule tonight, I think I will have like an arrhythmia tomorrow. I think like I will legit die.
Okay.
That's how it happens.
That's how it happens.
What's your favorite Steve Buscemi movie, though? I need to know this. This is the best comment we've gotten all night.
Woo! It's got to be Armageddon. Steve Buscemi is like one of those miners. And because Michael Bay directed this movie, he's like, oh, who's going to save the world? It's going to be a bunch of rough and tumble morons. That's my favorite. No, actually, Reservoir Dogs. Come on.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Minus Spy Kids 2, Island of Dreams.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I guess you win. I think we're going to wrap this one up.
Yeah, let's
Guys,
do it.
thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
I'll give you all a moment to say your piece. Let's go. Let's start with Michael. Let's go.
Thank y'all for watching. If you are interested in any of the shit that I said, my YouTube channel is literally just my name, so pretty easy to find. Yeah.
All right, Jack.
Go to Karsten.
I picked Jack J Boy.
Oh, my bad.
Thank you for watching. If you're interested in any of the shit that I didn't say, because I didn't say much, my YouTube is the same. It's Jackson Cray, just my name.
All right, Karsten, please share.
Thank you for watching this video today. Please like and subscribe to all of the channels here. Smash that like button. You can see me on YouTube, on Instagram. I also run this meme account. You might have seen that. You can also see me on Church on Sunday. So, any of those places.
After the Four Locos.
After the Four Loco, I pray to God. We're going to forgive me.
The blood of Christ.
Patreon is in the description. tier 3 subscribers get feet pics.
If any of my patrons are watching, and I know some of you are, I'm going to try to make more content. I recorded that video about the Gucci and Balenciaga thing, and I edited half of it. I record like a 30-minute video, and it's like BS. If somebody wants to start editing my videos, DM me. I've got like 30 DMs I need to respond to, but start DMing me.
Also, follow me on TikTok.
Also,
dude,
do that.
Why is Comme des Garçons? Why is it Comme des Garçons? Why?
Oh, do you actually guys want to know that? That's secret knowledge. Do you want to know? Do you want to know why Comme des Garçons is called Comme des Garçons? Well, it's because it's because of the French movement that in Japan in the 60s and 70s, Americanization was happening, and it's because we were trying to repair the country. Guys, we kind of did a horrible thing to that country, and a great live stream. To reject American culture, this subculture of Japanese students started embracing French culture instead, and that led a very wait, what was it?
Like the Boys.
Like for part 2.
Like the Boys is the name of this stream from now on. I'm sorry, guys. I'll catch you all later. I'm going to end the stream right now.
Bye.
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 Mom.